Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Coach Faye. Please do share tonight's review. Pakitag po ng mga kakilala natin, ang mga kasama natin na alam natin kukuha po ng Civil Service Examination this coming March 2024. So sa inyo pong lahat, please do share. Sa lahat po ng nanonood ngayon, I think we're having 156 viewers at the moment. Paki-share po ng inyong location kung from where po kayo ngayong gabi habang kayo po ay nagre-review in preparation for your civil service examination. We will be waiting for a few more minutes for everyone to come in. So please do share tonight's video. Pakipuso po ng ating review. Ang ating Facebook post ng review natin. For those who are in YouTube, please make sure po na yung settings natin ay naka-high settings yung ating video para po clear na clear ang lahat ng ating presentation slides. Again, pa-share po sana ng inyong location. Happy New Year po sa inyong lahat. Yes po, from Ozamis, Misamis Occidental. Ayan. Good evening po sa inyong lahat and Happy New Year everyone. We have some here from, tingnan po natin yung mga kasama natin, from Iloilo City. Hello po. Same. I'm currently in Iloilo. From Pampanga, Negros Oriental, from Cebu City. So yung mga from Panay Island and mga karatig natin ng mga islands, kumusta po yung linggo natin after this series of blackouts? Buti naman po at medyo okay na po yung ating connection as of the moment. Parang medyo bumabalik na rin po yung power dito since yesterday pa actually. Pero may mga news pa rin of may mga kailangan pa silang mga ayusin ng mga feeders. So, we'll see what happens. Ayan, from Quirino Province, Zamboanga del Sur, and from Isabela. Hello po sa inyong lahat. So for those of you who are preparing for tonight's session, hopefully sa mga full members po ng ating Gurong Pinoy Review, sana po ay nakakuha kayo ng advance copy of tonight's session para naman medyo nakaprepare tayo. We are having 40 items of numerical reasoning na multiple choice items. So sana po ay nakaprepare kayo ahead of time para mas mabilis po yung ating discussion. Ayan, hello po Sir Julius from Team Pavlov, yung future yung teacher natin dito. Hello, Sir Julius. Yes po. By the way, our review is also applicable for those who are taking the licensure examination for teachers dahil pang Gen Ed po, pasok pa rin po naman tayo. So from Cebu and from, maraming from Pampanga tonight. And then I think a couple from Cebu. Ayan, from Zambales. Sige po. So, for those of you who are already preparing for tonight, please have with you yung scratch paper po ninyo. Please do remember na bawal po yung calculators during licensure, during your civil service examination. So, practice na po natin na wala po tayong calculators. And for your mock exam, I would recommend na pumesa po kayo sa isang lugar kung saan nakakakuha kayo ng you're using bond papers, tapos may pencils kayo. na parang yung setup niya parang kumukuha na kayo ng exam. So as much as possible, starting a few days or a few weeks from now, ganun na po yung system niyo ng pagre-review. Parang kunwari, position nyo tsaka yung mga gamit nyo, ay parang kukuha na talaga kayo ng exam para mas madali niyo po maalala during the day of the examination. Kasi even the way that you're moving or the way that you're preparing for examination is very, very similar sa actual na taking na examination. So please do that. Again, please prepare your scratch papers, your pencils, and of course, wala po tayong calculators. So, time check, it's 6:05. We will begin shortly. Hello po sa mga ayan, mga nakapasa last December. Congratulations po sa inyong lahat from Batangas and Buluan. Ayan. By the way, kapag kayo po ay nakapasa dito sa ating civil service examination, kaunting shoutout lang po, and please do baka pwede po ninyo kaming balik-balikan from now and then, and do let us know rin po kung ano po yung mga items na madalas na lumabas during your time in order for us to also improve and how we deliver our service to the rest of the takers natin. Yung mga tinuturo po namin sa inyo ay also nanggaling din yung iba sa mga nasasabi sa amin ng mga previous batches na ito daw po yung mga lumalabas masyado or maraming items regarding these topics. So para po tulungan din po tayo lahat. And you can also message me directly regarding those aspects. You would be able to find my comments usually. Isa po ako sa mga unang nagko-comment sa ating mga presentations. Ayan. So without further ado, let us begin. So, for tonight's session, meron po tayo na, masyadong advanced. Dali. Meron po tayong 40 items sa multiple choice. Parang preparation na rin sa actual examination na kukunin po ninyo. And we will begin with a few items that contain a series of numbers that are arranged to a certain rule or order. So, you are to study the series and determine which number is next. Please identify the item that corresponds to your answer. Please type the number, first the item number, for example, item number 1, dot the choice that you're giving. Is it option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5? So, kung na item number 1, yung sagot nyo ay number 3, so 1 point and then space 3. So, ilagay nyo po yung item number muna, na kung anong item na po yung sinasagutan ninyo, and then next po, yung option ninyo, kung anong number. Hindi po yung sagot, but yung number that represents the option. Okay, let's take the first one. This is series and patterns. What do you think is the correct answer for this one? Again, please write the item number first, and then yung inyo pong, yung inyo pong option. And don't hesitate to tag the rest of your friends or your colleagues, so yung makakilala po ninyong kukuha ng examination, para po makatulong din po tayo at makapasa po tayong lahat this coming March 2024. I'm seeing some answers now at medyo nagkakaiba. Sige, interesting. Let's take a look at how you are going to answer this. I hope hindi naman po siguro maingay for you ang mga setup natin dito. Hopefully. I'd like to see more answers, please. Ayan, okay. From Maria. Okay. Marami na po yung iba-ibang answers na nasi-share dito. Maria, Lileth, and Mariel are saying that it's option 5. And then meron din po tayong option 2 from Lodimer and and Dagna. And then meron din po tayong option 1. Option 4 kay Pearly. Hello, Jalil. Please message us directly sa may Gurong Pinoy na Facebook page in order for you to join fully sa ating civil service review. If hindi po kasi kayo member, 1 hour lang po ng review sessions yung nakukuha ninyo. Pero kung member po kayo, you get the full 2 hours. Meron po kayong access sa lahat ng files and meron din po kayong advance copy ng lahat ng mga items para mas pulido po yung review ninyo. Magkakaroon din po kayo ng copy ng complete solution to all of our discussion. Ayan. So, let's take a look at item number 1. Let's solve this first. So, for item number 1, allow me to rewrite first yung ating mga items. Kinopya ko lang po talaga siya. And then what we're going to do is we take a look at the pattern. So, ano ba yung pattern? Are we adding something to get the next number or are we multiplying something? So, what I did is first, I try to determine what if I'm just adding something every time. So, ano kaya yung mangyayari? So, it seems that you're adding for the first one, nag-a-add ng 3. The second one, nag-a-add ng 9. The third one, nag-a-add ng 27, and so on. That's what happens as you get the next number. And if you can notice, yung dinadagdag natin are just multiples of 3. You starting with 3 plus 9, nag-times 3 ka lang. And then, times 3 ulit plus 27, times 3 plus 81, and so on. Which means that for the next number, we are expecting plus 729, which gives us option 5, 1093. So ayan, humabol po si MG and si Rosel sa correct answer. So I hope that we got that. The correct answer is option number 5. Please take a look at this item. Marit, ayan, minsan po talaga hindi natin siya nakukuha the first time. And that's okay. Okay lang po, especially sa civil service examination, you can take it as many times yata. Yung makakasagot lang po talaga dyan is take time to review. Yun lang po yung ma-recommend ko sa inyo. And when you review, wag po kayo mag-review a few days or a few weeks before lang. As much as possible, months of preparation. Yung civil service po kasi, by the way, item number 2 is already here. Please do type your answers. Ulitin po natin, item number, space, and then yung ating option number. Not the actual answer, but the option number that represents your answer. Yung civil service examination po kasi is, personally, I find it as medyo, yung concepts niya, particularly in language or English and mathematics, are very, very basic. Basic in the sense na it's something that you might have encountered noong first year or second year college pa kayo. And siguro naman, by the time nakukuha po kayo ng civil service examination, nakalimutan na po ninyo yung mga topics na yun kasi tagal na, di ba? Especially if you've been working for a very long time. So, hindi na po ninyo maaalala yun kung paano nyo gawin. And yung communication and mathematics kasi, pag hindi mo siya napapractice, nakakalimutan mo talaga. So, it's very, very normal for you not to know how to answer things. That's why reviewing and preparing properly would really help you get better scores during the civil service examination. So now we're hearing from Maria, Lodimer Lilet, and Chean, as well as Pearly. They're all answering option 3. So let's see. Option 3 nga ba? Ayan, pati si Walid. Tsaka may isa po tayong Facebook user na hindi po lumalabas yung pangalan sa akin. And Johnny Lee. Tingnan nga natin. So ano kaya yung pattern na nag-exist dito? So once you write it down again, pag-iisipin mo, ay, tumataas tapos bumababa. So interesting. Are we adding something and then subtracting? So yes, meron tayong subtraction dyan sa Walid. So ito po yung nangyayari dyan. This is actually alternating patterns. So from the first to third to fifth to seventh, magbabawas tayo ng 111. Tapos yung second, fourth, sixth, and lahat ng even, nagdadagdag tayo ng 111. So what we're expecting is that yung next na missing natin is bawas ng 111. So you should be getting 573 minus 111. That should give you option 3, 462. Ayan. So many of you are getting the correct answer. So this is hopeful. Sana marami yung mga series nating items kung ganito kagaling yung mga sumasagot nating mga reviewers. Ayan. I believe we're ready for item number 3. Item number 3 is this one. Ano kaya ang correct answer dito? Item number 3, I'm seeing some answers from Mary, Walid, Maria, and Mike, and Lilette, Chean. Ayan. And all of them seem to be giving me the same answer, which is, tingnan natin, pati si Rosel. So, what happens here is, rewrite ko lang po siya. And then, ayan. So, ano po yung nangyayari dito? Let's try to see the pattern. It seems that the first one, up until the second one, nagmumultiply tayo ng 3, tapos nag-a-adjust tayo ng decimal places. So, what we're actually multiplying is 0.3 every single time. So, dahil 0.3 po yung dinadagdag natin, aside from multiplying by 3 yung value, nagdadagdag tayo ng isang decimal place. So, what are we expecting? 18 times 3 is actually 54. Tapos, currently you have 4 decimal places. The next one should have 5 decimal places. And so our correct answer is indeed option 4, as many of you have been saying. So ayan, parang medyo confident tayo when it comes to series and patterns. And let's hope your streak holds as we proceed to the fourth item. How about this item? Ano naman kaya yung pattern na nakikita ninyo which should lead you to the next or the missing item? I think meron na tayong answers from Lilith, kay Mike, Creatures Planet na YouTube viewer natin, Walid, Pearly, MG, Ashlea, and Mike. And they're most of you are giving the same answer. Ayan, let's take a look. Ano kaya ang correct answer? And Ashley. Sige, let's see. So let's rewrite muna the pattern again. And what we are seeing here is, it seems na, kagaya ng isa do kanina, parang alternate ulit yung pattern. Hindi siya magkakasunod. So what we're seeing here is +1 alternating and then +5. +1 yung alternating, tapos yung isa +5, +7, +9, nag-i-increase yung dinadagdag. So we're expecting that the next one is a +11 to 26, which should give us 37, which is option 3. Ayan, marami po sa inyo yung nakapagbigay ng correct answers. Yes, MG, it's 5, 7, 9, 11. Ayan, so okay na tayo sa seeing patterns, and let's hope that holds true all throughout of our preparation. Now, let's try to take a look at a different set of items. So for the next one, please choose the correct answer from the choices given. Identify the item that corresponds to your answer. So uulitin ko lang po, importante po yung pagbabasa ng directions because reading the directions would really let you know what you're supposed to do with the item. If you are facing difficult choices, or for example, what if wala yung sagot, or umuulit yung sagot, it's the choices or it's the directions that should give you an idea kung ano yung gagawin ninyo in order for you to figure out how to answer. So let's take a look at the next item. Item number 5, what is 3 times, open parentheses, 2 plus 4, close parenthesis, multiplied by 5? Your options are 1 is 12, 2 is 21, 3 is 26, 4 is 50, and 5 is 90. What do you think is the correct answer for this one? Please post the item number and then your answer. I'm already seeing answers from Vladimir, Walid, MG, Christina, Mike, Ashlea, and Hazel. Chan. And sa isang Facebook user natin na hindi ko lumalabas yung pangalan, kay May. And si Sir John din, Haron. So, malamang yung iba dito naka-advance copy ng items. So, tingnan natin. So, rewriting this, that's 3 times 2 plus 4 times 5. Siyempre po, PEMDAS rule, yung unahin natin yung nasa loob ng grouping symbol. It doesn't have to be a parenthesis, any grouping symbol, which means we should end up having yung 2 plus 4 muna. And now, what you have here is multiplication. Multiplication is um, commutative in the sense na it doesn't matter kung sino yung uunahin mo. Basta pare-pareho lang naman yung processes. It doesn't matter kung sino yung uunahin mo. That's multiplication and as well as addition. So whichever gives you the easiest. Does 3 times 6 give you an easy item to multiply? Diba? That's 18. Parang ang hirap niya i-multiply. 6 times 5 could give you a good thing to multiply kasi that's 30. Or pwede rin na 3 times 5, that gives you 15. I think the easiest here is to multiply 6 times 5, which should give you 3 times 30. Diskarte po when multiplying, you don't have to do it all the time according to order. You should also try to find ways to make it easier na mas mabilis at mas madali po sa inyo. Remember, marami po yung items sa civil service examination. So, kailangan nating dumiskarte kung paano natin mas mapapabilis yung pagsagot natin so that we would have time for the more difficult or complicated items. So, the correct answer here is indeed option 5, 90. Ay, okay. So, hello po sa mga Team Pavlov natin. Ayan. So, okay lang po yan. Try again lang po tayo. Meron pa po tayong maraming options. Yes, you can always go from licensure examination to civil service exam kasi very, very similar lang po yung mga review materials ninyo dahil similar lang din po yung coverage. Yung Gen Ed po na pinag-practicean ninyo, by the way, item 6, ito na po. Yung Gen Ed po na nare-review ninyo doon sa may licensure examination ay halos kapareho din ng civil service. May dinadagdag lang po tayo ng mga governance and mga a few more items on the Constitution. And ano pa nga ba? So, makakatulong din yung mga majorship ninyo na mga review actually. Yung hindi lang siguro highly applicable is yung Prof Ed. But everything else, magagamit nyo pa rin po yung pinag-review nyo before. So, okay lang po yan. Sometimes po, it's not about you as the person who's taking the examination. Sometimes, may kanya-kanya rin naman kasi tayong time. It's not because hindi ka talaga marunong, but maybe you just were not in the right disposition when you were taking the examination. Or maybe you haven't, it's possible that you haven't prepared enough. Or maybe the situation just wasn't right for you. It just wasn't your time. So, we all have our time. May nakalaan po para sa atin. Dadating po yan sa tamang oras, tamang panahon. And when we are ready for it. So once you've prepared for it, and once it's meant for you na, iyo talaga yan. Ayan, so item number 6, I think I'm only seeing the answers of a few people. So I'll give you a little bit more time to think of this. I think I showed you a technique nito on how to solve items like this, right? So, meron po tayong answers here from, let me see, si MG, Lodimer, Chean, si Acosta. Ayan. So, let's take a look at how we're answering this item. So, one option here is to do the regular way of solving things, which is you add everything and then divide mo siya sa 4 and then that should give you the average. But hindi kasi siya typical na average problem kasi yung missing mo is yung isa sa mga kailangan mong i-add. So, it's not that easy to figure out the solution in that way. So, what I would recommend is you can use this method wherein pwede po ninyong ilista kung ano po yung mga items like that. So, your given items are 800, 750, 850, a missing fourth number, and then yung 825. Ayan, na-apply na ni MG yung technique natin. So, tama ba yung sagot ni MG? Ano ko nga, sabi daw ni MG in-apply niya eh. Balikan ko muna. Confirm ko nga kung tama yung answer. Hindi ko na makita. Sige. So, eto. So, what we can do is, yung goal po natin ay ma-hit yung average. So, paano po ma-hit yung average? Yung 800, first item natin, kailangan pa niya ng 25 more. Yung 750, kapos pa siya ng 75. Tsaka yung 850, sumobra siya ng 25. So, this is what we should do para ma-reach sana nila yung average. Now, put them all together. And that should give you plus a positive 75. So yung plus 75 po na yan, ay i-combine ninyo doon sa 825 na average na hinahanap natin. So yes, Christina, the answer that we're looking for is 900. So you could solve this one without doing all the multiplication, all the dividing, all of the adding. So this, I believe, is a faster way of solving. Remember po, yung goal po natin is to solve everything correctly but at the same time as fast as we could. Kasi po, may time limit tayo tapos ang dami-daming items. And congratulations, Ms. Jasmine Vargas. LPT na po. Ayan. So marami po yung mga testimonials natin at saka bukas na ata yung oath-taking nila. Ayan po. Sige. Let's take a look at item number 7. I hope po yung mga iba yung ginamit na ng technique. If there's any technique talaga that I wish you would apply sa lahat-lahat po ng in-introduce ko, sana po yung yung averages. Kasi yun po yung medyo mabilis po siya. So much faster than the regular po na solving. So yun po. Yung mga main takeaways na gusto ko pong makuha niyo talaga sa akin is yung proper application ng PEMDAS kasi andun po kasi siya sa basic eh. Once na master niyo siya, ma-apply niyo siya sa fraction, sa algebra, marami po kayong mapag-a-applyan nun. Yun, yung PEMDAS, yung averaging sana na technique, and also yung fractions, di ba? Kasi yun yung medyo, dun po sumasabit yung karamihan sa atin sa fractions, right? So let's take a look at your answer. In item number 7, I am seeing some Chean Walid, May, Camille, JC, Laudimer. Excuse me po, pasensya na. Okay? Sige. So let's take a look at this one. So, what I would recommend is, pwede naman po kasi kayong sumulat din sa question na ninyo. You don't have to solve everything completely. What I would suggest is you just solve everything partially and then discern from there. For halimbawa, yung option 1, unahin natin syempre PEMDAS multiplication. So 3 times 3, that's 9 plus 11. Kahit hindi mo na ubusin isolve, alam mo na parang medyo mataas, much higher than 15. The second one, you have there at negative 6 times 2, that is negative 12. So masyado na siyang mababa, negative 12. So that will not give you 15. You don't have to solve fully anymore. Option 3, unahin natin yung mga multiplication, that's 24. And then 3, masyado namang mataas. The next one is minus 3 squared. So yung isa-square natin is si 3 lang, hindi kasama si negative sign. So that should give you 2 minus 9 plus 4. Remember po na kung yung square natin, walang parenthesis na nasasakop si negative, hindi po natin dapat isa-square si negative. C3 lang po, kasi siya lang yung may square, hindi kasama yung minus sign. Okay? So that's not going to be 15. And then let's take a look at item number 5. That's 8 plus 6 plus 1. And this time, it gives us option 5. So ito po ay medyo tricky siya in the sense that if you got the PEMDAS rule wrong, you might have answered 4. So the correct answer is option 5. Please recall your PEMDAS. Ayan. I think yung mga ibang nagkamali dito is because of the PEMDAS rule natin. Sige, yung exponent in particular. So I think we can move on to item number 8. Item number 8, we have a car arrived at 1700 in military time. That is, ayan, okay lang yung Christina. Marami pa tayong time mag-review. Practice lang, more practice. So, 1700 in military time, that's just, magbabawas lang po kayo ng 12 hours dyan. Kasi, after 12 noon, hindi sila bumabalik sa 1 p.m., ginagawa na nagdadagdag po sila ng hours. So after 12 noon, you have 1300 and then 1400 for 2 p.m. so on. So magbabawas lang kayo ng 12 hours yan. So 1700, that's just 5 p.m. And then after traveling for 2 hours and 45 minutes, the question is, when did the car start its journey? Ayan. So, please try to determine yung correct answer natin in this situation. Even if you get things wrong, keep on trying kasi it's the act of actually doing the exercise and keep on practicing and not really stopping, not giving up. That should lead you towards the correct answer or lead you towards succeeding. Kasi wala naman pong expert na umpisa pa lang magaling na magaling na. Lahat naman tayo dumadaan dun sa practice, sa preparation, review, pagod, pawis, ganyan. So, okay lang nagkakamali sa umpisa. Wala pong perfect. Ayan. Pero it seems that quite a lot of you are getting this item perfectly because you're answering correctly. So let's take a look. So, dumating siya ng 1700. So, ibig sabihin, gusto nating malaman kailan siya umalis. So, babawas lang natin yung travel time niya, right? So, you have 1700 minus 2 hours and 45 minutes. So, of course, yung 1700, pwede po natin yung i-convert into 16. Tapos, instead na mag-borrow tayo ng 1, gawin po natin 60 kasi there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So 1700 becomes 1660. And when you subtract 245, that should give you 1415, which when converted from military time to standard time natin is of course 2:15 p.m. Ayan. So, ayan, bawi-bawi lang. Minsan nakakuha tayo ng maling sagot, pero bawi lang po tayo sa next item. Ayan. So, I think we're good in item number 8. Ayan. So, sige. Dito na po tayo sa medyo exciting na item. Hindi po kasi siya common. Yun lang po. But there have been times where lumalabas po yung radicals. So, prepared din naman po tayo kahit paano. So, what do you think is the correct answer for item number 9? You are to evaluate 15 square root of 5 minus 17 square root of 5. And you have the following options. Seems like quite a lot of you are answering din naman correctly. So, remember po natin that radicals can be treated like variables. Pag magkakapareho po sila, ibig sabihin you're adding with the same variables. Pag magkakaiba po sila, magkaiba rin po yung variables. So, what we're going to do here is, you have 15 square root of 5 minus 17 square root of 5. Pareho po silang may square root of 5. Pareho po yung radicals nila, which means that we could just combine the 15 minus 17. So, 15 minus 17 is negative 2. Tapos, ibabalik lang po natin yung radical na kasama nila, parang variable din. So, that should give us a correct answer, which is option 3. Huwag po nating kalimutan yung radical na kasama nila. Hindi po nakakancel yung radical. Kasama pa rin po yan. Parang 15x, imagine niyo that's just 15x minus 17x. So that's negative 2x. Parang ganun po yung treatment natin sa radical. So kung nagkakapareho, pwede po natin i-add ng ganyan. Kung magkaiba po yung radicals, then of course, hindi rin natin sila mako-combine. So if you have joined us in the previous meetings, hopefully you were able to capture that. Now let's take a look at the 10th item. Ayan, okay, ando na po tayo sa quarter point. So far, parang medyo kaya pa nating habulin yung oras. Yung goal ko po is sana maubos natin yung 40 items for tonight para naman po ma-maximize natin yung time. So I hope that we could answer all of these items as best as we can. So try to answer din po as fast as you can. Without compromising, of course, the precision. Kasi hindi naman pwede na mabilis ka nga, puro naman mali, right? So, you should be able to get that balance between getting the correct answer and then the speed. So, fast but correct pa rin. Ayan, precise and speedy. So what happens if you try to multiply 16 to 10 to the fifth power? I'm seeing answers from MG and Maria. Wait, MG Danessa, ayan. What do you think? So this is simply 16 multiplied by 10 to the fifth power. Ibig sabihin po ng 10 to the fifth power ay 10 siya, multiply niya sa self niya 5 times. So ibig sabihin you are going to expect 1 with 5 zeros. So ibig sabihin magdadagdag lang po tayo ng 5 zeros doon kay 16, which means that the correct answer is option 1. Kasi that's 1 6 with 5 zeros. Ayan, so quite a lot of you are getting the correct answer. You would only be getting option 4. No, option 4 is 10 to the 2, 4, 6. Negative 6th power po yung option 4. Yung option 2 is 10 to the 4th power. Yung option 3 is 10 to the 3rd power. Yung option 4 is 10 to the negative 6 kasi nag-move ka ng 6 decimal places to the left. While option 5 is 10 to the 7th, negative 7th, kasi nag-move ka ng 7 decimal places to the left. Now, let's take a look at item number 11. What do you think is 72% in fraction? May mga sagot na po si Mike, si MG, si Camille, Christine, Jan, and Maria Jalila. Practice lang ang katapat niyan, Dagna. Practice and review. You can always go back to our previous review sessions. They are just available here in Facebook, the 1-hour sessions, and pwede rin po kayong the full hour video sessions with copies, complete copies of advanced items and complete solution. If you're a member of the Civil Service Examination na review group, message us directly sa Facebook group po natin ng Gurong Pinoy para maka-access po kayo niyan. Ayan, so 72% in fraction. Pag may percent po, that is just the value over 100. So ano po yung gagawin natin dito? If you want to, what we have to do is to convert it in lowest form. So we should be able to divide something in common dyan. Ano ba yung pwedeng makadivide sa kanila? Pwede po tayong mag-divide ng 4 sa dalawang yan. So once you divide 4 from 72, you get 18. And once you divide 4 from 100, you get 25. Pwede rin naman pong divide niyo muna by 2. By 2, taas tsaka baba. So that would give you 36 over 50. Parehong even, pwede pa pong divide by 2 ulit. And that should give you still 18 over 25. So yun na naman po yung answers natin dyan. So sometimes, you may have the fastest way which is divided by 4 immediately. Pwede rin divide by 2 tapos divide by 2 ulit. Whichever works for you, basta tama lang po yung ginagawa ninyo, medyo na iba lang ng kaunti yung technique, you will still get the same correct answer in the end. Okay? Let's take a look at item number 12. So some of you might be thinking, ay, ba't parang ang bilis ng iba sumagot? Yung iba po kasi dito have been reviewing with us for a long time and have been practicing na rin po. They have joined the previous sessions and where nagbibigay po tayo ng mga techniques at saka mga exercises para mas gumaling at gumilis sila maghanap ng option. And also, some of these reviewing here tonight may have access to the advanced copy na binibigay namin. Pinauna ko po kasing ibigay yung questionnaire para naman po mabilis talaga yung review for tonight because this is, I believe, the last numerical reasoning bago po ng mock test. After ng mock test, yung session niyo po sa akin ay pag-discuss na lang ng solutions doon sa mock test. So, this is more of in preparation sa mock test. So, iba sa kanila may advanced copy ng items. So, if you also want to have the opportunity na magkaroon ng advanced items and access to the complete materials, please message us directly dun po sa ating Gurong Pinoy na Facebook page on how to join the Civil Service Examination Review Group with exclusive items. Ayan, I think I'm seeing a few answers already from yes, pwede rin po. Wala pong problema. Mag-explain po tayo, Carl. May answer na po tayo kay Maria at kay MG. Pero yun nga lang po, I can't be super specific na mako-compromise po yung quantity na ma-explain natin. Kasi in benefit din naman po ng iba na naka-prepare na and are more on the reviewing na lang of the items. So, we'll explain as much as we can po. So, we have next, if Jenna sews 20 aprons in 40 minutes, how many can she make in 28 minutes? Yung una po nating iisipin dito ay, importante po kasi pag ratio and proportion. Hanapin po natin, is this direct or indirect proportion? Ano po yung ibig sabihin ng direct? Kapag tumataas po ba yung isang value, tumataas din yung kabila? Or pag tumataas po ba yung isang value, bumababa yung kabila? Halimbawa, si Jenna, kapag dumadami ba yung aprons na tinatahi ni Jenna, mas hahaba ba yung time niya sa pagtahi o mas magsho-shorten yung time niya? Pag maraming time ba ang binigay mo kay Jenna, mas marami ba yung matatahi niya o mas kaunti? So obviously, the more time you give Jenna, then the more aprons she can sew. And then the same din. The more aprons you need to sew, then kailangan din ng mas maraming time, di ba? Pag marami kang trabaho, mas maraming time kailangan mo. Hindi pwedeng instant, bigay mo agad yung solution o instant, bigay mo agad yung hinihingi ng boss mo, right? So this is direct proportion. Ano naman po yung halimbawa ng indirect proportion? Halimbawa, group project. Kapag isa lang yung gumagawa, mabagal yan. Pero kung nagtutulungan sila, pag marami po yung tumutulong, mas bumibilis po siya. Halimbawa, naglilinis ka ng bahay. Kapag yung nanay lang po yung naglilinis, mabagal po yan. Pero kung lahat po ng tao sa bahay ay naglilinis ng maayos, then mas mabilis po. So, yan po ay indirect proportion. Kasi the more people joining in, bumababa yung time. So that's indirect proportion. This one is direct proportion, which means that we could just pair them together. So 20 aprons over 40 minutes. 20 aprons is to 40 minutes. This is equal to, as Angelica is saying here, divisible po kasi silang dalawa by 20. So, lowest terms, this should be equal daw and how many can she make in 28 minutes? So, yun po yung pag-equal nila dyan, right? Before you do anything, before you try to solve na cross-multiply or anything, let's express everything in lowest terms. As Angelica has been suggesting, yung 20 over 40 ay pwede po nating ma-rewrite as 1 over 2. Dahil both divisible sila by 2. So now your newest working equation is 1 over 2 is equal to x over 28. Now, how do we solve an item like this? What we can do is do the cross multiplication method. So mag-cross tayo isang line from 1 to 28 and then another one from 2 to x. So 1 to 28, that's 28. And then 2 to x, that is 2x. So that's your cross multiplication method. Your goal is to find x. So to isolate x, you should divide both sides by 2. Yan, yes, my cross multiplication. Divide by 2 natin siya, which should give you what? 28 over 2 is, of course, that's option. Yes, Ariel, that's option 1. X is 14. So, ang daming sumagot ng option 1 dito. Ayan, that's great. I hope nakaka-catch up tayo. You can always, pwede po naman ninyong balikan yung review natin kasi pinopost din naman po siya sa Facebook. Although if free viewing po tayo, you would only get access to the first hour. But if you are part of the Civil Service Examination Review Group, then you would have access to the entire 2-hour session. Minsan po may extra po yan. Gaya po ng math, medyo hindi natin kayang i-discuss yung 40 items sa 2 hours eh. So may kaunting extra time po yung ating mga unlimited reviewers na member ng review group. Ayan. So, ito na yung paborito ng lahat. Bakit po 14? Ayun po, ang Jalil, dahil nag-cross-multiply tayo and nag-lowest term po tayo, so you can always go back na lang to our video later pag na-post na nila in full after ng review para magka-access po tayo. So, if you are lost at some point, don't worry, pwede pong balikan natin yung video once it's posted. Hindi po kasi real time yung ibang nagre-review, so mahirap po for me to determine at this point which point po kayo nag-comment. So medyo mahirap po tumbukin right now yung solution. Hindi pa po kasi nagdo-normalize lahat dito sa amin. Ayan. So while you're taking a look at item number 13, I'll just flash the previous item para po sa ibang tumitingin sa item 13, you can screen cap or something. Balikan ko lang po briefly yung item 12. Ayan. So, 20 aprons in 40 minutes. May fraction po tayo dyan is equal to unknown number aprons in 28 minutes. Ayan. Tapos, lowest term tayo sa left side at nag-cross multiply. Eventually, you should be getting 14. So, you should be able to take a look kung bakit kaya iba yung answer mo or ano yung difference. So, let's take a look at item number 13. Ito, just to be honest with you, if it's an age problem, tsaka may options naman, wala pong masama kung mag-trial and error kayo. If you feel that you are faster in solving an age problem that way, wala pong pipigil sa inyo and wala rin pong magsasabing mali yung sagot mo kasi hindi ka nag-proper method. Wala pong ganun. Sa licensure examinations or civil service examination, basta tama po yung sagot, okay na po yun. Wala po silang pakialam kung anong process ninyo. So, use the process that works best for you. Huwag po ninyo ipilit yung process na hindi nyo naiintindihan. Huwag po ninyong ipilit yung process na sinasabing tama at saka mabilis kung hindi nyo po kayang i-adapt. I will be showing you the correct process in solving this. Pero kung hindi po ninyo kayang i-adapt, wala pong problema kung gusto po ninyo mag-trial and error, may choices naman. Baka kasi mas mabilis kayo doon. Wala pong problema. But for the purpose of the discussion, allow me to show you the process in doing this. Pag may time lang naman po kayo, you can always try to solve this way. Para naman po, sigurado kayo na tama yung answers niyo. So when you're facing word problems na age problems, standard po, nagawa kayo ng table kung nasaan nandun po yung lahat ng characters involved, lahat ng persons involved, at saka yung timelines or time frames involved. Yung una po nating sinusulat sa left-hand side natin are your characters or yung mga people involved in the situation, which you have Phil and Sandra. Tapos yung nilalagay po natin sa taas would be your time frame. In this case, it's now and 10 years from now. So, basahin niyo po talaga muna yung problem and try to assess kung ano po yung situation. Sino-sino po yung mga involved, and then ano po yung time frame. So, that's correct, Mike. Table method, past, present, future, tsaka yung people. So, now, unahin po natin yung first sentence. Phil is 4 times as old as his niece, Sandra. Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin yan? If you're having a word problem, isa-isahin po natin. Maghanap tayo ng keywords. Una ko po laging hinahanap ay yung words na is or other forms of is. Di ba? Be verb po siya. Is, was, are, were, will be, would be. Mga ganun po. Mga be verbs po ng is, are, be. Those are your indicators of equality. So yung is po ay equal sign po yung ibig sabihin yan. Ayan. So what we have here is Phil. We don't know yung Phil. That's a variable. Phil's age. Let's make that P. And then ano yung sa kabila? 4 times as old as his niece, Sandra. How do we write 4 times as old as Sandra? 4 times as old as Sandra. 4 times Sandra. That's 4S. So, ibig sabihin, Phil is 4S. And we can write that down. So, si Phil ay 4S. Si Sandra, syempre, siya yung S. So, Phil is 4S and Sandra is S. Ang goal po kasi natin as much as possible, isang variable lang yung ilagay ninyo sa table. Dapat hindi marami. Kasi hindi po ninyo masasolve yan pag masyadong maraming variables. Pa-isa-isa lang po at a time, right? Mahirap mag-solve ng maraming. Pag nagto-two time ka, nako, mahirap po yan. Pa-isa-isa lang po, one at a time. So, make sure that one item lang or one variable lang yung sinusulat mo sa table natin. So, ayan. So, kung 4S po si Phil at saka S naman po si Sandra, so, ano po yung 10 years from now? 10 years from now, is it past or future? Of course, it's future, from now. So, ibig sabihin kung future siya, anong mangyayari sa edad nila? Magdadagdag tayo ng 10 sa each of their ages. So, 4S becomes 4S plus 10, and S will now become S plus 10. So, yan lang po yung table natin. Yung present situation, yung first sentence mo, and then adjust based sa time frame. So, once we have that, let's proceed with the rest of the problem. So, what do we have here? 10 years from now, he will be twice as old as she will be. So, ano po yung sinabi ko? Yung be verbs po natin. Yung ating will be. That's your be verb. That's your equal sign. So, ano po ba yung left? Sa left niya is he. He is Phil. I will use small letter P this time ha, kasi iba po yung time frame. Small letter P. And then, twice as old as she will be. Sino si she? That's Sandra, right? So, twice as old as Sandra, that's 2S. Small letters this time. Pero kailan to? Diba this is 10 years from now? So ito po yung sinasabi nating equation na P equals 2S, that's 10 years from now. So let's replace your variables with what you have for 10 years from now. Yung P po natin, 10 years from now, is yung P that's Phil, that's 4S plus 10. Tsaka yung S po natin, 10 years from now, that's S plus 10. So that's what's going to happen next. Ayan. Okay? So pinalitan po natin yung P na 10 years from now, tsaka yung S na 10 years from now. As you can see, pinalitan natin ng green na nagre-represent sa kanila dyan. Now that we have that, let's simplify. So sa left-hand side, walang kailangang i-simplify. Sa right-hand side, pwede nating i-distribute sa 2. So we would end up having this. 4S plus 10 pa rin yung sa left. Yung nasa right-hand side is 2S plus 20. And of course, when you're trying to solve for your variables, always isolate. Pag isolate, lahat ng may S o may variable sa isang side, lahat ng walang variable, lipat sa kabila. So what we would end up having is 4S minus 2S. Si 2S kasi nilipat mo from right to left, so nagpalit ng sign. And then on the right-hand side, you will have 20 minus 10. Si 10, lumipat from left to right, so nagpalit din ng sign. If it's not changing positions or transferring from one side to the other, stay the same yung sign. Pag lilipat lang, doon lang siya magbabago or magpapalit din ng sign. Combine everything. 4S minus 2S is 2S. And 20 minus 10 is 10. So you have this. That's 2S minus 10. Which means, ano na ngayon yung S natin? Divide both sides by 2 and you end up having S equals 5. And then, huwag kalimutang bumalik sa final question. How old is each now? Dalawa sila. So Sandra is 5. You only have one option there na may 5. Ayan. Okay lang yan, May. Hindi lang naman lahat age problem. Paminsan-minsan lang naman lumalabas, tsaka hindi rin naman lahat. Kaunti lang naman yan. At least exposed tayo. Kaysa sa hindi po siya exposed, mahirap po. Pag hindi po kayo exposed, tapos biglang may item na hindi nyo alam kung anong gagawin nyo. Tsaka, sinabi ko rin po, diba, wala rin po masama kung mag-trial and error method kayo. Yes, Mike, pwede rin mag-substitution method. There are many different ways to solve this. I just opt to present this one kasi this one's much more visual and easier to understand.